Error. Now it should be good. Yeah, that would be my guess. Is it YouTube that's fucking up, or is it my? Nope. No, it's my iPad. OBS Pyro 4100. Does it go when you did that? Because it didn't come through. Oh, insert demonetized. Whoo, chew, buddy. Well, do the Linus thing and just get the first drop out of the way so we can be. You have a future? You got an extra like 5 days of warranty there, sir. Don't spend all that warranty at one place. Big fan of the Freedom tie-dye shorts, by the way. There will be all kinds of goodies in this video. There's, what do you say, Jason? Probably like $4,000, $4,000 or $5,000 retail. Retail, or well, that was your price. I know what that is. Yep. Mine never gets beyond that, the mic. It usually goes right back in the box just like that because I never use it. Oh, magnetic. Yes. The mini one is actually underneath of the. I got a cot here. It's over there. Wacon. It's not coming through. Because the gain, the fancy gain stuff. So everything you just pulled out was probably like $40. Let's get the $200 legend sheet out, because that's really what that box is. Yep, that right there. No. The legend sheet actually does have a part number. It's like $46 or $47 and some change or something like that. Yep. Com. Yep. So what that allows you to do too is with your wiring. So your weekend head, you take that plug there, you plug that in, run those wires up into your hood, your expansion module on your hood. You can daisy chain them like that. So it makes wiring so much simpler. Nice cat. You're gonna break it. Never. Yep. That's one of the few things that's actually fairly sturdy. The micro USB-C charge or the programming USB-C port, the tiny one, and the carbides that used to break off all the time. I remember. So my very very first carbide, but that I got from Steve Anderson at MHQ back in the day. Shout out Steve. Uh, I opened the box, put it on the. I put it on the desk. I took the cable, plugged it in, and the cable just kept going. I'm like, well, fuck, that's not supposed to be like that. And I pulled it out, and it was attached to the cable. I messaged him like, yeah, I don't think this is supposed to happen. He goes, yeah, that happens all the time. Send it in. They'll take care of it. I. Ooh. In a Whelen box. That was confusing me because I was like, what would be in that tiny box? Now take your calipers. We'll measure every bit of it, and I can print those for everybody for half the price. Mm-hmm. He's a printer. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bunch of loose stuff. This is this is one of those box unboxings that you could probably just. I wouldn't do it because it'll be all over your keyboard, but you could just dump it all over the desk, and it's like the cocaine of Whelen. Just go. Oh, that's your Troy box. In the Whelen and goodies unboxing live stream. It's it's weird when you get like when you find a tool that does a perfect, like it's a perfect tool for the perfect job. Like for this, yep. This shit. Well, did it come through California? Because they got to make sure people don't. As he brings the blade towards his chest. We're about to see an unboxing and a shanking all in the same video. So for Austin, when you watch this later and clip it, this is a perfect clip where you go back like 30 seconds. This is such a great tool for this job. They want to make sure that it doesn't come out of the box. And it didn't break, it just stretched. Little connectors. We're, 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 so this is going where your center console was. Cup. Oh, oh. For the OEM. Control head. I like that. We're gonna Lego this together. Like a glue. Nope. And then the sides compress it so there's and bowing the bow kind of making it bow. Well, here's my thought: is the Havas thing plastic or metal? Uh, as I say, because it was cold and the heating and the warm. I don't know, but I don't think it would be that big of a difference. I, I was just, as I say, I can I can get something together and you can. Uh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Worst case, I can figure something out that we can work at least in an intermediate. Well, I normally would think that there's a giant plug that plugs in, but because I helped do what's his face's build on the Ram, I know that they use more than just that on some vehicles, and they've got an extra little special little connector or two, and some. And I think on the Ford too has a special little weird OBD to USB kind of weird CAN port C connector or something like that. I think is what Cody's truck had. I think you I think you got to do both. There's one under the dash, and then there's one that's either in the side kickplate panel or it's in the front fender. I, can, I know on the I know on the Ram that's on the side kick or it's on the side panel of the dash. You got to open the door to take it off to get to it, and it's this. But on the Ford, I think it's up in the engine compartment. The giant. And there. Yep. Because code. Yep, that's even that one's different than the regular OBD2 port. And then that one's even different than the one that you use for Chrysler vehicles, because that one's a can see something. It's a little flat 4-pin or 3 or 4-pin, I think. Yeah, like yeah. Yep. 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 Plugs into. Yeah, because it's getting some stuff from the one cable, but the majority of it's getting it from the other. Very nice. Yep, I'm good with. Expansion module. If anybody wants to know what those look like, I have one in the closet. I can go get it. Yeah. Yep. So I'm. The more. Yep. They take up the exact same physical space as last generation expansion modules, but those ones, the PCB board's black. It's a different color, so they look a little bit different. They're nearly almost identical, but they are a little bit different. Brands. Trio. It didn't seem like a lot, but then it seemed like a lot. Fancy studs. Mirror cup. So did you get solo or duos for there? Yeah, we don't do split. Every time you use split light heads or light patterns, a baby seal is clubbed to death. Yeah, you probably lugs. It's an the ready other harnesses. So the ready for the road is pre-wired whether you order it or not, kind of. Certain aspects of it. Yep. They gave you that big ass box for just the speaker mount, or is this the speakers in it too? Oh, that's why it's some weird big ass brackets. That's still a great big box for just those two brackets, though. Yeah. 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 I'm a big fan of how that's like it's laser engraved, but then powder coated, so it's like it's the yeah they I don't know what gauge that they use or what the whatchamacallit, but it's nice and big, so it doesn't bend very easily. But they some big ass items. It's crazy that I can almost tell what's what just by looking at the boxes. That's why the other box I was like, well, that's a big ass box for just brackets. Oh, that one's definitely not original. Or then it's the FST. Because it's all laying on that side of the box. It's a lot thicker than people think. And that's why originally they didn't sell very well. But they're goddamn crazy bright. And that's why they've since started selling well. FST. Oh, excuse me. The Priscilla Optics. I think it's what, I2F or something like that. Something like that. Something along those lines. Yep. The gain up. Yeah, because that's satisfying. Just a second, he's gonna click something, and we're gonna hear a washing machine in the background go. Oh yeah, yep, we got it. Oh, not only is this a FST, this is a Weekend X FST. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And that's it. You don't get your little weekend box anymore. Oh yeah, because they get just because with the optics it helps divvy the spread out even better. Passenger. Yep, that's passenger, and then the other one's driver, and then your. Yep. Now in our next video, he's going to run outside and install it real quick. It's okay. It's okay. He stayed on for the full 8 seconds. The box that shouldn't exist. It's magically going to clip out in the middle of the stream and just go away. What the fuck? Same way as the other one. This is actually one of the few things. Like I've never had any Weekend X things here yet, and then the Outer Edge is one of the few things I've never had. Even to just buy to turn around and sell. I always save all the packaging because I reuse it. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of wiring with that because they're all individual. Yep, I do believe you run your own wiring harness, and then it goes from the one side and you plug your 3 lights in on the one side, then you plug your 3 lights in on the other side. It's gonna seem very tiny. Ooh, it looks so good though. It, yeah. That's the sync wire, and that's the pattern wire. Well, that's nice that they used regular ions, though. They're not dummy heads. Well, the gray wire is sync wire, and the purple white's pattern selection. Yep, so you'll have to plug your stuff in and run your wire back behind your spoiler yourself. It should. Oh. True, but if it is just a weekend, it won't have DVI. What is it? So you get another expansion module? Okay. So if they're wired individually, then it doesn't matter whether it isn't weekend or not weekend. It's because if it's weekend, it should come with a little box. plugs. So one is 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, these all the wiring harnesses, all this like this type of stuff, all the wiring connectors, the wiring harnesses inside light bars, all like the pre-wired kits, the plugs and stuff, that all every bit of that, all of it is all done hand by hand. Uh, right. Yep. So one, it's that one in your right hand is the driver's side, because all the wires will come out the passenger side. I guess they plug into the other one, and then that one on your right hand is a big extension cord for the one to the left. They probably do that because it's easier to run the wire through without having to plug on. Yep. $12. Yep. 12. So PDF. Jason's stuff finally came in. Jason. So your white, black, and your white, that's color 1 and color 2 for lamps 1 and 6. And the green is the negative. Yellow and violet are positive. Gray is a negative. Orange and blue are positive, and then brown is a negative. So you've got 3 separate grounds. You're gonna, yep, you'll have. Yep. So you're green, gray, brown. Yep. White, black, white, yellow, violet, orange. Yep. Yellow, violet, and a violet one, and then an orange and a blue. Yep. How it'll go is however you like. One, two, three. One, two. Like you can 1, 2, 3, and then one. However you just make sure that you know which ones are which when you're plugging them in. The labeler. Wires. Ooh. That's even fancier. The connection. And then you can tell it exactly what the connection is. Yep. One. Oh, you got like a little tab on it. Yep. Yep. It exists. Yeah, that group is fun. They talk about flashlights too. They do talk about flashlights every now and then, but everything else that gets talked about in there is it's a flashlight and it's also very good at destroying keyboards. It's magnetic. Yep. Alright, I'm going to get a refill real quick. Oh. First world problems. I was gonna say I've got a pretty long cable for this camera, but it won't go to the bedroom. I just gotta walk into my. I just go out and walk into the closet, and just go. All right, point at what rare shit in here that you want to see. That's what she said. Yep. Self tappers. Call it a day. But it doesn't have the 2020 Explorer. Oh, it does? Yep. Because I mean, it's identical regardless what vehicle it goes on. It's just some bracketry is a little bit different. Cup holders, gaskets for your wires. For the pass through. Oh, to protect the paint. Hmm. Well, that's a quick Ace Hardware. Oh, on the lower portion underneath of the spoiler. Well, I have the best. That's good enough to put on the stream. Yeah. It's 90% of everything is there. This is enough of a pain in the ass that I would just get an FST or RST. Saved you 85 cents. So, yeah. Your spoiler is plastic. It doesn't say where to or how to, or it just says. Well, it said, yeah. The factory wire. Yeah. it might be one of those things too that like we're looking at what we can see here. As soon as you start disassembling stuff, you might be able to look at it and go, "Oh, that's exactly I." Yeah, there's no reason. They didn't have to put all that in there. This is all stuff like we're only. Oh yeah, yeah, having a grommet. Yeah. For the wire haul location. I'm gonna guess it's from the factory waterproof boot. Or the Ember Reds. Fairly, it's close enough to the center brake light that the other thing too is putting them out. When you hit your brakes, the idea is you're getting a profile of your vehicle. So those are in the top two corners. Eventually, when you get the lower ones for the lower ones, if you do that in the red. If not, you get the top two corners, the brake lights, and then you'll have the center ones on the trios on the license plate. I would put them on the outside. Yep. Like it seems crazy complicated, but it's not. Once you start like, yep, that's letting you know. Yeah, yeah, and well, unless whoever, well, because those are, well, one of those is going to be longer than the other, I think. I want to say the average amp draw on an ion is half an amp, and it peaks out. Like the peak draw is like 1 or 1.5 amps. Uh, it's your warranty information, isn't it? Uh, oh, there it is. I just need to keep scrolling. Duos pull 0.28 amps per color on average. So they're lofty overrating what you need for the wiring. Those are only IP67 rated. I thought new faceplate. Oh, okay. So in case you were wondering, or anybody else was wondering, the difference between IP67 and IP68, they're identical. The IP68 can go further down in water for longer periods of time. Now you know. But your amp draw on those is only 0.28. The V series has, I didn't even say anything for, if I say, hey Siri, I can't get Siri to say shit. But if I don't say shit, my Siri on the iPad starts all the time. I want to blow these up and like mount them on my wall someplace. All right. I want to mount, because Whelen puts these nice, I don't know what the type of drawings these are, but they have like the specific measurements and stuff of like the face and then the side of the drawing. They do it for a lot of their stuff. And I kind of want to print them to be able to put around the office. Just because they're cool like that. Well, the fun stuff's over, so I guess we'll go back to playing video games. If we do that and I decide to stream it, I'll go back live later on tonight. But if not, I think this will be wrapping this portion up.